Pwede ba magtanong? If there's one thing that you cannot live without, ano yun? Siyempre, yung mga babae sabihin, kilay is life, no makeup is a no-no. Pero sa totoo lang, can you live without mobiles or cell phones? And you know what I think? No one goes out anymore without the mobiles because they're gonna need them for navigation. And this relates to our Japan Part 3 travel video. So the one thing that I learned from both our Europe trips and the US trip, we didn't have the SIM card simply because we didn't want to spend on SIM cards. So we didn't have anything for navigation except for nag-DIY talaga kami. And I wouldn't do that anymore. I would like to save time instead. Why do you have to do this? Because in places where you know you're gonna struggle a bit with the language used in that local community, I suggest you get a SIM card. And as usual as in any other airport, there would always be mobile telecom companies that will offer you SIM card packages as soon as you arrive. So be wise, spend a little bit of money, save time, and get to as many places as you can. The beauty of this is that you can tailor make. You can choose your packages as to how many days they need, weeks or month. And there are random days where you don't want to plan or you don't want to follow itinerary. It will always be easy for you to browse and find out which tourist destination is around you, and then start from there, and then maybe browse another location that's nearby. And when you have this, like what happened to us is that I didn't actually really like, we had the itinerary but I didn't follow that except for the Disney and the Universal Studios. So in our case, because we were there for 8 days, I took like around 7 days worth of data, and that was around 1,000 pesos. So on one of our random days in Osaka, I was browsing where I could find secondhand stores, and that pointed me to Second Street. And so on the way, we were trying to find the Second Street in Osaka. It happened to be at Chuo Ward Street, which is the Dotonbori. It looked like the New York Times Square. But on the way there, we found like a little red light street right at the back of Dotonbori. And then when we hit Dotonbori, it's like a whole strip of shopping centers. And then that's the only time we found the Dotonbori street where the street foods are. And of course, it was amazing. And this is like such a great shopping area. And it was like, we were mobbed, or we were one of the mobs actually. It was so busy, but we were not actually lost. We had a good human navigator. So the map will actually tell you a combination of how many minutes would you reach your destination searched for, by a combination of walking, by a combination of taking the train. It will specifically even tell you which platform, in which train exits or entrances are busy, and where would you get seats. Ang galing lang, di ba? And this is one of the reasons why, the many reasons why I loved Japan. And for some of you who might be taking the chance of navigating DIY, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, if you want to save your time, take a SIM card. If you don't, then you'd have to find restaurants that will provide you internet connection. There will always be train stations and Wi-Fi's on them also. So you can use them. Set your Google Map and then you can navigate. Screenshots are the key. So if you haven't yet, and I know you're gonna want to go there, I hope this video could help you. Enjoy Japan!